All right, folks, round 4 of the 2025 Pdga Professional Master Worlds Championship here in Minnesota, presented by ZÜCA. Another Pdga major. These folks going for a world title. Big shout out to Patreon supporters as well. You got Derek and Chris on the mic again, and this commentary is weighed by Marshall Street. How we feeling, Chris?
I'm feeling great. We are back at Blue Ribbon Pines for round 4 moving day. This coverage is sponsored by Gateway Disc Sports. Check them out. We have a couple new faces, not to our coverage, but to this tournament, with Paul Oman making our lead card, and Dutch Napier from Kentucky showing up as well.
Yeah, it's been a while since we filmed Dutch, so I'm really happy to see him work his way up to the lead. As we take a look at the rest of the field in the top 10, some other notable names.
I'd say Kale may be the only other one, maybe Lefty Al, that really has a shot to maybe push for the win here, as they're starting to run out of holes.
All right, let's go into hole 1, 340, par 3. A lot of trees there on the right, so if you plan to hyzer and swing left, you got to worry about that.
I would say the biggest thing with today's round is the wind. It was definitely hotter, probably the hottest day of the tournament, but the wind was very persistent.
Yeah, it definitely was gusty, I would say, but to the benefit, it did keep the bugs away.
Next up, from Evansville, Indiana, Paul Oman.
Tall Paul making the coverage, shot really well. Composure round 3, only one stroke off the lead.
He was 1 of 3 to set the hot round at 12 down. The final day at Composure. Joined by Joe Rovere and Matt Dollar, I believe.
Yep. So Paul, this is he's played 400 events. So I guess this would be his 401st event.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I think I mentioned Brad's in the previous round. He's over 600.
Yeah, 660 something? That's
yeah, something
pretty
like
wild.
That. Also, that little pocket there of Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky showing up here.
Yeah,
didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. Coming up a little short there for Brad.
Dutch Napier, a.k.a. the Flying Dutchman.
A.k.a. Batman.
Yeah.
The man with many names.
And the man that's going to get the closest to the pin here. He's got a good look for birdie.
Nice layup, Brad. Nice putt. Right out of the gate. Much love.
Left side there for Paul, missing an opportunity to tie up with the leader.
Paul, you mind if I go?
Still early, so I guess we're getting a little warmed up here.
Yeah, quarter stroke under par, so our card played that just on the averages there. So we're going to move into hole 2, the first par 4, 450 feet. It's kind of two different lanes you can take. You can try to go to the left side, throw a straight shot, or you can throw a left to right to get over on this right side. I would say most people just try to go straight.
especially if you have a serviceable forehand for that left side to kind of let it scoop up. Dutch actually playing it a little shorter and going the right side.
All right.
I guess would set up for a hyzer shot for him from there. Joe has consistently been playing that side backhand first. Should set up for the forehand next to kind of sweep into the green. There is a pocket that exposes the pin.
This is looking good from Paul. Oh, yeah. Not a lot of distance on this hole, so more than 2/3 here on the drive as Brazos needs to get down or that could end up in a dangerous spot.
So he finds himself kind of in a tail between two cities almost. Much like, it actually looks like Dutch didn't make it far enough over either.
Doesn't matter, dude.
Wow.
He is parked for the birdie. What a great shot.
Yeah, I had no idea where that landing was.
Nice high forehand, flattens out.
Wow.
He's got to tap in, so he's 2 for 2 now, barring anything crazy. Joe flashing chains there?
Okay, my apologies. It does look like Brad got further to the left side than I had imagined and almost gets himself a leaner on the approach. Big jumper coming up a little short.
Yeah, Paul close enough to do a jump putt.
Kind of obstructed, kind of wonky angle with that tree.
Whoa. Yeah, Joe getting his first birdie. Starting to creep up on 30 under for the tournament. Paul on the board as well. Because Derek, where did you think this hole finished?
14th hardest hole.
12th hardest.
Oh, so close.
Came in exactly even at par.
All right, hole 3. One of the more iconic lines here on the course. 444 feet, par 4. Pretty much just a corridor that you want to stay in the middle of. There is a line on that left side, so there is like a whole nother quasi fairway, I guess I'd say. You don't want to be to the right.
Ooh. And there is OB on the left that can come into play if you do end up fading out on that left side. But traditionally, you just want to throw something straight, just like that. Joe, 2 for 2, nice and straight. Because it's when you catch one of these early trees at that 4-4-4 par 4 doesn't seem so easy. I think Oman's going to have to go on that left side like you were talking about.
Ooh. Early release, leaking right. That's a little jailed up. Kind of a funky angle.
That was a great pitch out. Sets him up for his third chance to save par, and it's looking like he's going to... Ooh, comes in a little too hot. But par's on the books there. He's on the dance floor.
Nice sweeping hyzer forehand from Oman. Joe just kind of broke this down into a 3-part. You know, straight, putt.
So close, probably doesn't even need to putt. Dutch getting way up there. Just a little pitch up forehand from him as well.
I know that we're kind of in a new era of master players coming in. Obviously, new get added every year. But traditionally, masters players aren't really known for the forehand. It was a different game back then. So I really like seeing that we get a lot of examples of the forehand on this event.
All right, moving into hole 4. Before we get there, though, I do want to give a shout out to Steve Rico. He did get an eagle on the last hole. Threw it in from about 130.
Wow.
Hole 4, par 4, 535. You do have this little OB on your second shot that comes into play. We're going to a basket over to the left, more tucked into the woods. Your first shot, you can throw it too far.
Perfect. Yeah. You guys are good.
End up in a tricky spot, so all about placement on this first one. Joe not nearly as far as he was in round 1. If you can get to that shorter tee box, that's ideal as Paul.
I also do think there is OB early on that left side too, isn't there?
Yeah, Danny found it in round 1. It's more straight, but yeah, like straight left. You can kind of see it right there. This is always a fun shot here at BRP.
Oh.
Get up. Oh, that's low. Wow. Yeah, I'm pushing that basket back just a little.
That's a very aggressive play.
Yeah. Forehand roller going down the right side.
Oh, and we also didn't call attention to the fact that Dutch is on a heater right now.
Whew. He's going to have to do something miraculous here to keep that pace going, as that was pretty miraculous. He's past the basket.
Kind of running it.
Yeah. Be putting for par. Joe just going to lay up. He will evade the turkey.
Nice.
Oman says, that's fine. I'm hungry. He's going to grab 3 in a row. But yeah, I really like this basket just tucked back a little bit. It just, all these shots would have almost been parked on the other basket, but
Adds just a little extra. It's also well guarded as well.
yeah.
And a lot of chance for ricochet.
Yeah, this actually came in as the hardest hole today.
Really?
Yeah,
Wonder if the wind had anything to do with that.
probably. That OB comes up quick there. So we're going to move into hole 5, par 4, 620. It's one you want to lay up right to where this drop zone is. It's all about the second shot. A couple guardian trees you have to miss. A couple different angles to get there.
Oh, a little high. That might be moving to... Oh, yeah, it's on the edge. Oh, that's going to cut roll pretty bad.
Just needs to miss this tree here, and Dutch's is looking pretty good. Yep.
Kind of flattened out right when it needed to as
Yeah.
well. Really good footing there, too. Perfectly flat.
Yeah, everyone sometimes thinks you need to go to the left of those trees, but you could just go right to the right like that.
I actually like that play a lot better because it just kind of finishes right at the perfect flat zone.
Schick is just gonna, is he going for it?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Risky, and I like it.
Yeah. Is it hard to walk, bud? What?
It's not going to be hard for Paul to take a putt. That's 4 in a row for the man.
Makes it look so easy, too. Like minimal run up, really smooth follow through.
Fun fact, the first time we ever filmed Paul Oman was also the first time we ever filmed Dutch.
Back in 2020. I hope that hit and sat.
Yeah, that leaked a little left.
I guess could be worse, but probably pretty obstructed still. Textbook.
Oh, Joe. Making it look so easy. That's going to be an easy 3. Well, Brad still has a little bit of work.
Yeah, it looks like he's just outside circle. Oh, man.
Worst sound in disc golf.
Nice.
Best sound in disc golf. That was a good par save there for Brad. He worked for that one.
Yeah, and took a lot of risks doing it.
Yeah. Joe now at 31. Three strokes on second place.
And a full scorecard of green for Mr. Paul Oman.
We're going to move into hole 6. 372. This one is really fun. It's one of my favorite holes here. Basket pitched up on this green here. A couple logs you have to miss that can stop you up.
Whoa. Oh, and he didn't get lucky enough hitting one later down the fairway, kicking pretty severely to the right.
Ooh, I thought Joe was about to hit the down tree there.
I feel like that probably didn't kick deep into the left side. This looks great.
Keep spinning.
That was a good stoppage for that. I like this even better.
Ooh, and it gets over.
Couple skips.
Yeah, if you can find the red chips, you're going to be liking your drive.
So Joe does have a little line through the woods there, so he's going to take a stab to the green.
And we'll see what he's got. I think he's still in the woods.
This is a tougher option for Oman, but he doesn't really shudder one bit.
Big putt for Joe. And we're going to see our first blemish from our leader. Finding red on the 6th.
Nice.
Dutch in there for birdie. Thought he was close enough to get to the red chips, but it does not matter.
I do like the tiered system that they have here.
Well, that makes things a little interesting. Only one stroke now between Dutch and Joe. So this came in 6th hardest hole.
6th hardest on the 6, huh?
Yeah, quarter stroke over par.
Nobody is immune to a course like Northwood Black.
Just throwing laser beams.
That's so good.
Bresnell, the birdie, the fist pump.
Critical shot.
Gotta get up. Bresnell.
That is a shot of a champion.
Your 2024 Champions Cup winner, Andrew Bresnell.
All right, hole 7, par 4, coming in at 530 feet. OB up here on the left with a water hazard. And then as you approach the green, another pond to worry about as well. There is a backboard in addition to it now, so it does play it a little safe for your approach. Really, it's just all about the placement. You don't want to push too far forward.
Ooh, that's getting a little close. Yep. That's a good shot.
That's too
high.
What?
And then finds
with
a
a line.
path.
Wow. All right.
Brad with that buttery forehand. Wow. If you can get to that tree and you're to the near the camp course, you are going to have yourself an easy birdie. Pretty good there from Joe.
Is he pushing the green? Oh, man.
Should be able to save his par there, but...
Which I guess is no different than had he laid up.
Yeah.
So...
Joe, though, he's going to be looking at a death putt from circle 2.
That dropped really quickly, narrowly getting over the backside of that pond. But looking real pretty there.
All right, nice and easy there for Brad. As this came in as the second hardest hole.
Really?
Yeah. We saw 9 OBs.
Doesn't even matter. Unfazed by the death putt. Strolling it in. He's got nerves of steel.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool cat. 18% birdies. So we saw 2 of them. Dutch should be able to grab one as well. But yeah, second hardest hole, good scoring variety. Saw pars, birdies, bogeys, doubles.
Ooh. Sneaking it in there, but it counts. In is in.
But big shout out to all the volunteers and the people who actually collect all the lost discs that are going into these little ponds.
Felt like there was a mountain.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives Maple Hill a run for its money. But yeah, shout out everyone that's going in that water and getting everyone's plastic, because there's quite a few hazards out here. Blue Ribbon Pines. Hole 8. This one's pretty iconic too. Love this green. Raised basket. We saw some ace runs in round 1. But pretty tricky.
I'd say the go-to line is probably that right line with the stock hyzer.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to see... I'm not entirely sure what side was intended there because it was so close to that tree.
That was the left side for sure. As a lefty, I would go to that left side as well. But yeah, Joe with the right backhand left side.
Oof. Just not enough power off the tee for Oman, so he's going to have to lay up.
Oh.
Oh,
Whoa.
Dutch said, I want to try that, and does.
It's 3 in a row for Dutch. He's got a turkey, and he's now tied for the lead, Derek. catch this man, Joe Rovere.
I know he's been on a tear.
He's got 3 Master Worlds in a row. If you guys do not know that, he is trying to get a 4-peat here.
And he's been terrorizing the locals in Colorado for years.
That's a good birdie for Dutch. He's taking strokes.
Yeah, knowing Joe, I know he's probably going to attack the 9th because he didn't get the birdie on the 8th. So 250, very narrow coming out of the gate. And then OB very close behind. If you go OB off the tee, there is a drop zone that more or less is kind of a guaranteed bogey. We've seen
Dutch
double bogeys go pretty quickly.
I say Dutch goes that high route. There's a couple
Much
different.
more open.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away that tree to miss entirely. Brad says, I don't care. I'm going right after it. Gets himself in the circle. Oh, my God.
What a shot from Joe to finish out his front 9. I think you were right. He's going to be attacking.
That's just the style of player. Like, if he misses a shot that he thinks he should have gotten, it's going to be faster play, more aggressive. And that's very unfortunate, finding the OB by a hair on that left side for Oman.
Here's that drop zone look that you were talking about, and that OB right behind.
It's definitely not worth running, in my opinion, because you could throw one of your softest shots and still go OB.
Man, it's been so long since I've seen a turbo from Dutch.
The wind kind of just knocked it out of the air, too, unfortunately. Very strong right to left. Almost kind of head.
Oh, no.
What? That was the wind. I feel like it caught the flight plate a little bit because it is kind of that right to left headwind.
Joe taking the lead back real quick. He's like, all right, I'll let you guys have a piece of it for a minute, but it's mine again. The 9th, trouble there for Paul. As we take a look at our scorecards, Dutch, Brad still keeping a bogey-free round. That's your goal here. 6 down for Dutch. He's on pace to maybe put up the hot round as we take a look at the rest of the leaderboard. Couple other names kind of pushing towards the top. Jeremy Coling, Kale.
Yeah, Kale keeping his way right there on that line to get back up to lead. As we thank Gateway Disc Sports here for sponsoring this coverage. And we thank each and every one of you for watching. If you'd like to help support this coverage, head on over to patreon.com/gatekeepermedia, and we will see you on the back nine.